Welcome back to Briggs on Books. I'm Mike Briggs, the host of the show, and we talk to authors from all over the world about their books, about their progress, their process, how they get a good book published in the first place. It's not that easy to do. Look at this one. Are you trying to pick the next book you're going to read? Look at this one, Gods of Outrageous Fortune, and it's the beginning of a series. There's a couple books out in the series, and they are crime and conspiracy novels. By the way, not only do I have the books here, I even have the authors here. The author, where is she? There she is. K.L. Skinner, welcome. Karen?
Hello.
Tell our viewers where you are.
I'm in Waltham Abbey, which is just a little way north of London.
Yeah, by the way, I want to say congratulations. I was saying earlier, a lot of people are writing books, but few people finish writing, put the pencil down, say, I'm done writing, and move to the next step. By the way, once you finish writing, what is the next step? Getting published, I guess. Was that a chore? Was that a lot of work?
No, I started to gather around me the people I knew I needed to help me.
Great.
So I belong to a writer's circle, and we have an experienced, a really good editor who is secretary and chair of the group. We've also got a graphic designer who's one of our members.
Wow.
And I had a friend at the time who was thinking of retiring, but he used to work for the tax office. So he had a little bit of a reputation for nitpicking. I hope you won't mind me saying. So he was just the guy I needed. So I thought, okay, I've got an editor, I've got a designer, I've got a proofreader.
Yeah,
that gets me started.
Yeah, maybe
that gets me started.
Good advice is join a writer's group.
Yeah. Definitely.
Somebody
Definitely.
sent me their book the other day, and it was full of, and I'm not even an editor, but it was full of, spelling errors, capitalization errors, grammar errors, and just having friends read your book or people in your writers group is a pretty good start, I would imagine.
Oh, they've been test subjects for a lot of readings.
I bet they have. Now, by the way, let's start with the cover of, I think this is your first novel, Gods of Outrageous Fortune. Tell us about that book and the series.
Okay, so my protagonist, Kim Anderson, is an ordinary woman who finds herself thrown into extraordinary circumstances when she is kidnapped whilst out running an errand for her boss. And she's taken to a deserted house in the country. She has no clue where she is or why she's there, but it's obvious that she has to get on with some sort of paperwork. And she finally realizes that she needs to reveal account codes that will release huge amounts of money for what turns out to be a questionable fertility drug.
Oh my goodness! Now,
so yeah,
that's exciting.
So she's got a lot of story to cover.
And it's going to be a series. In fact, here's the second in the series. Is this one also out?
Yes, they're both available at the moment. Yeah, and I'm working on the third.
The Fireflight Initiative. Do you know how many books will be in the series? Maybe it'll never end.
Well, I'm planning on a series of 5 at the moment. So the third one will be called Children of the Phoenix, but I haven't got a release date for that yet. So I'm still working on that.
Well, let me ask you this two-part question. How long did it take you to write the first one, and will it take you that long to write the third one?
Well, it took me nearly 10 years to write the first one, so I'm hoping it's not going to take that long to write the third one.
Yeah.
No, it started a long time ago, but it was a project that I kept on putting off and then revisiting and putting off again and so on. And then when 2020 happened and the world stopped for a while, I didn't work at all during that year, and I didn't have any excuses. I couldn't procrastinate anymore. So I just got on with it, and I had the time to be able to sit down, focus on the work, and just work my way through the story.
I can't tell you how many of our authors that we have on the show, their books were born from 2020, from the COVID years.
Absolutely. I mean, there were many. There were many. And I think it's then that people realise, hang on a minute, if you've got a passion project or there's something that you really want to do, now's the time. You shouldn't put it off.
Yeah. In fact, this show, we're just a local, regional, Central California talk show network, and all of a sudden COVID came, we couldn't have any talk show guests. So we learned Zoom, and now we're an international talk show, so a lot of things, good things came out of COVID, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it changed a lot of things. Yeah.
Now, our viewers who are trying to finish their book, we're learning from you very quickly. Tell us about your process. Are you very disciplined? You sit down every day at 6 a.m. and write for 5 hours? What's your process?
I'm not disciplined at all. No, I'm not disciplined at all. Very often, I'll have an idea, which usually comes from conversations, because I'm a terrible eavesdropper.
Yeah.
And once I get an idea for a scene or conversation, a lot of what I write is dialogue driven.
Yeah.
Then I'll write it down. I'll make a note of it, and I write a lot of handwritten notes first. When I have a whole stack of them, then I start typing them up and putting them into some sort of chronological order. I would call myself a planner rather than a plotter. I like to know the stepping stones that are going to go through the story. So I formulate those first. But then ideas for instance that I want to happen in the story don't come to me in sequence. I'll write them as they appear and then try and put them into order afterwards.
Amazing. Well, whatever your process is, it works because you've got 2 books and a third coming up. By the way, yeah. Karen, we have your web address on the screen, KL Skinner. By the way, if you want to find her books, it's KL Skinner. Anyway, can they buy the books at your website? What's going on at your website?
Well, there they can get a little taster of one of the first chapters. Nice. Also, I put out sometimes little tasters of other types of work that I do, short stories as well.
Oh, fun.
There are links there that will take you to where you can buy the books, or you will find them on Amazon as well.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think that's a fair trick, that putting the first chapter, because whenever I fall for that and read the first chapter, I can't stop. Then I've got to get the book. So.
Oh, well, it works then.
It works. It works.
It works.
By the way, who are these written for? The genre is crime and conspiracy novels?
That's right. So I was getting pretty sick of the kind of the crime that was being marketed to when I first started writing. A lot of it was very gruesome, and I wanted more suspense. And suspense was missing. A lot of women of my age are writing crime, a lot more crime now. It's becoming really popular.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anybody was really writing conspiracy. And I thought, well, that would be a great way to add suspense into a story rather than just, violent crime, which I didn't really want.
Good. Well, so, you're the leader in the genre. You're the leader in the crime and conspiracy genre, then.
I don't know about that.
By the way, would you suggest, here is Gods of Outrageous Fortune. Would you recommend that if somebody is interested in the book, where should they start? Should they go to your website? Should they go straight to Amazon? What's the best way to get going?
They can find it both places.
Okay.
They can find it both places. But on my website there are links, and if they search my name on Amazon, it will come up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
By the way, I went to Amazon. I do this right before every guest. And I typed Karen Skinner. I said, "There's no Karen Skinner." Then I realized it's KL Skinner. When you look for her books, go to KL Skinner, and it popped right up on Amazon. It's very easy. So, and it told me a little bit about you and about the books. Karen, we're running out of time here, but I just want to give you a couple minutes to say anything you want about your books, about your message you want to deliver, anything you want to tell our viewers.
I would say if you're a budding author yourself, then just dive on in. Just stop procrastinating.
Yep.
Don't take 10 years like I did, and just write something. Join a writers group. Yep. If there's not one near you, then set one up. You'd be surprised at how many people are saying, "Oh, well, I've been thinking about writing a book. I'd like to have a go at that, but I'm not sure that I could." Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
That's great advice.
Try it and get people together.
Right.
You'd be surprised at what comes up.
I could talk to you all day. You're fascinating, and I hope you'll come back on the show again and again.
Well, I'd love to. Thank you very much. Thanks
Especially
for
when the
having me.
third installment comes out. That'll be fun to see that one. And
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to tell our viewers to please stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have another author coming up right after this. But I'm going to put both covers up here on the screen and the web address. And please order Karen Skinner's books. We'll be back with more authors right after this.